When Otrati was first funded by the state in 2008, we were meant to be a scientific resource for all of the major research universities across the state. And we had a team of scientists, we had robotic equipment and compound libraries to do drug discovery. So we were really meant to go and look for great projects at the research universities and then use our unique scientific ability and equipment to help find new and novel drugs.
While OBI is a lot different than Otrati was originally imagined, it's now filling this need of providing support for many small biotech companies as they try to get their feet off the ground.
What OBI has done, and Jennifer Fox and her team, has really proven out the point that there is a dynamic, robust startup ecosystem here in Portland in life sciences and digital health. And they've created a home for those startups where they can grow and seek capital at a relatively low cost. And that's been a very important proof point in building this segment of Portland's innovation ecosystem.
I think it's an essential thing to have something like the OBI that's serving that organizing function, bringing people together and helping early stage companies find the resources they need.
I remember I talked to Jennifer before I even had decided to move to Portland, and she was very welcoming and very happy to connect me with other regional players in this field. And so that was a very pleasant introduction to the community.
It's nice to have those happy hours where they have different people speak and you get to meet, specific service providers or other companies who are around.
We started looking for space and it became clear this is the best space we could find in Portland. And I love being able to just walk down the corridor and really talk to people here. Sometimes it's practical, sometimes it's emotional. You just need somebody to bounce your ideas off.
Some of the other CEOs here are huge mentors to me and just stop by and say hi and check in on me. And that's again, something that does not happen in your garage is really, really helpful when you're a small company of only 5 people.
Some of our very first companies wrote patents together, wrote grants together. When companies needed to downsize, other companies hired lab technicians. So it really is a big family.
Having people around that have done some of the kinds of things that are new to us, it really does make a big difference. And we've been able to take advantage of that. And as a result, you can move a lot faster when there are resources here.
The advisors, particularly the on-site entrepreneurs in residence, both Gordon and Bill, have been really, really helpful to us in terms of what directions to move forward. What stage are we at? Where should we start to think about looking for our next funding round? Where are the right places to do that?
Jennifer Fox is an amazing director of the organization, and she is really critical to the success of biotech in general around here.
They're pretty incredible people. They're very nurturing, they're very supportive, they're very encouraging. They make us aware of what's happening in the state and also in the community, so we can all be able to take advantage of the resources.
So one very interesting development with the success of the OBI going from initially 6 companies in the incubator to now 19 companies with a waiting list is that the private sector has noticed, and there's a 50,000 square foot building going up in the inner east side that's going to be strictly life science biotech devoted space with another building coming on.
That will house companies that are in the next stage, kind of that medium stage companies with 50 to 150 employees.
The more robust this ecosystem gets, it will attract not only students who are thinking more outside the box in terms of their future, and also in terms of attracting investors and other types of funding mechanisms to look at Portland more closely.
Well, I think there's no doubt that biotech in Portland is going to continue to grow. It's getting more and more momentum. It's grown a lot since I've been here in 2001.
This is just a very exciting time for OBI and Otrati to be at the center of the innovation quadrant. I think really the sky's the limit.